All right, picture this, man. Before we even get into the insane comebacks, I want you to imagine sitting in a stadium, the clock ticking down. Your team is losing, the odds are stacked against you. The entire world thinks it's over, and yet somehow something deep inside sparks, a fire ignites, and in the blink of an eye, the impossible starts to feel possible. That's the stuff we're talking about today. Moments in football where logic, stats, and expectation get thrown out the window and human will belief and pure chaos take over. Moments so insane, so electrifying that when they happen, you don't just watch, you feel them, your heart is pounding, your jaw drops, and you know you're witnessing history. So buckle up because over the next few minutes, we're diving into some of the greatest football comebacks ever, stories that defy reason, that redefine courage, and remind us why we fall in love with the game in the first place. And trust me, by the end of this, you're not going to forget a single second of it. Man, let me tell you about Istanbul. It's one of those nights in football that feels like it was written by the universe itself, like some kind of movie script that no one would ever believe if it wasn't real. Because you've got AC Milan, this absolute powerhouse with Maldini, Kaká, Shevchafu, all these killers just running the show. And within the first minute, Maldini scores, then Crespo adds two more before halftime, and Liverpool look like they're about to get embarrassed on the biggest stage possible. It's 3-0 at the break, and you can see the fans. Some of them are crying, some are leaving, the players' heads are down, and Milan are already thinking they've got this in the bag. Champagne's basically on ice. But then something weird happens, like this energy shift, this thing you can't measure, because when the second half starts, Liverpool suddenly play like men possessed, and in 6 insane minutes, everything changes. Gerrard rises up and scores that header. And it's not just a goal, it's like a spark that ignites the entire stadium. Then Smicer drills one from outside the box. And now it's 3-2, and Milan look rattled. They're confused, like, what the hell is going on? And then comes the penalty. Xabi Alonso steps up, Dida saves it, but Alonso buries the rebound, and now it's 3-3. And people are losing their minds. It's like the stadium is about to explode. And the craziest thing is, Liverpool aren't even the better team on paper. They're just fueled by pure belief, by some primal refusal to die. And you can feel it through the screen. Milan still had chances. Shevchenko has that double effort in extra time. And Dudek somehow makes this miracle save. It's like his arms turn into spaghetti, but the ball just doesn't go in. And then penalties come, and penalties in a Champions League final after a game like that, that's madness. That's pure chaos. And Dudek starts doing that wobbly leg clown dance on the line, gets in their head, saves Shevchenko's final penalty, and suddenly Liverpool, the team that was buried at halftime, they're lifting the trophy, and people call it the miracle of Istanbul because it doesn't make sense any other way. It was like the gods of football decided to play a joke on Milan and gift Liverpool immortality, and I swear to you, moments like that are why this sport is more than a game. It's theater, it's war, it's human drama, compressed into 90 minutes and a little extra madness. ChatGPT said, De La Remontada in 2017, Barcelona versus PSG. That was not just a football match. That was like watching a glitch in the Matrix, something that shouldn't even be possible in real life. Because think about it, PSG smash Barca 4-0 in the first leg in Paris. Absolutely humiliate them. Cavani, Di Maria, Draxler, the whole squad looks like a machine. And the world is like, okay, that's it. Tie's done. No way. Barcelona come back from that. And honestly, logically, they shouldn't have. Nobody comes back from 4-0 in the Champions League knockout stages. It's basically a death sentence. But when the second leg kicks off at Camp Nou, there's this electricity in the air. You can feel it through the screen. The crowd is insane. Like they believe in some kind of miracle. And within minutes, Suarez scores, boom, 1-0, and now there's that tiny little crack of hope, and then they get another with Kurzawa's own goal, 2-0. Suddenly PSG are sweating, and when Messi smashes in the penalty to make it 3-0, the place goes absolutely nuclear, like people are thinking, holy shit, this might actually happen. But then Cavani scores, and that's the gut, because at that point, Barca need 3 more goals. 3 with like half an hour left, and it feels impossible again. PSG players start taunting. Their bench is celebrating. Everyone thinks Barca's dead. But here's where it gets crazy. Neymar decides he's not ready to go home. This guy just flips a switch. Free kick goal in the 88th minute, then a penalty in the 91st. And now it's 5-5 on aggregate, but PSG are still going through on away goals. And Camp Nou is shaking, like literally vibrating. The whole stadium is screaming like it's an earthquake. And then in stoppage time, Neymar floats this ridiculous ball into the box. Sergio Roberto, who's not even a superstar, just a hard worker, flies in and smashes it into the net, and the stadium erupts like the world just split open. It's 6-1 on the night. Barca actually did it, pulled off the impossible. PSG players collapse like their souls left their bodies, and the Barcelona players are crying, the fans are crying, and you're sitting there watching this chaos thinking, this is the craziest thing you'll ever see in football, because it wasn't just a comeback. It was like bending the laws of sport, turning humiliation into history in the span of 90-something minutes. Man, the 1999 Champions League final between Manchester United and Bayern Munich is one of those moments in sports where reality just bends and time feels different, because you've got Bayern absolute precision, perfect control, Matthias, Klinsmann, Lizarazu, all these guys executing like a machine. And for 90 minutes, it's like United can't touch them. Bayern scores early. They take the lead 1-0, and the first hour is basically them controlling everything. United are scrambling. The crowd is tense. Fans are biting nails. And everyone is thinking Bayern's going to walk away with it. But here's where it gets insane. United never quit. There's this relentless energy building. Ferguson pacing the sidelines, shout, players throwing themselves into tackles. It's like desperation mixed with genius. And then the 90th minute hits, stoppage time begins, and suddenly everything changes. United throw everyone forward, corners, free kicks, chaos in the box. And then out of nowhere, Teddy Sheringham taps one in, 1-1, and the stadium erupts. But that's just the setup, because in the final moments, literally the last kick of the game, another corner comes in. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rises like a ghost and pokes it past the keeper, and suddenly it's United have won the Champions League in the most unbelievable way imaginable. 2 goals in stoppage time. Bayern players are frozen, stunned. Their celebration turns to shock. The fans can't believe it. It's pandemonium. And what's wild is, if you watch the footage, it is not like United were dominating the match technically. It was pure heart, pure belief, refusing to die. It's the ultimate underdog story in the biggest final, and you can feel the electricity, the roar, the chaos, the joy, all condensed into those last minutes. Ferguson running around, players hugging, crying, the trophy lifted as if they had snatched it from the hands of fate itself. It's one of those nights where football transcends the sport, where time and logic stop making sense, and you realize that sometimes, just sometimes, and refusal to give up can rewrite history in the blink of an eye. And that's why the 99 final is legendary, because it's pure human drama at its peak, and the world witnessed a miracle unfold on the football pitch. Right, so picture this: 2004 Champions League quarterfinal, Deportivo La Coruña versus AC Milan, and Milan have just crushed them in the first leg, 4-1 in Italy, like utterly dominant. Everyone's writing off Deportivo, pundits are laughing, fans are shocked. Milan are basically sipping champagne already, thinking they've got the semi-final wrapped up. And on paper it makes total sense, because Milan's squad is stacked with legends: Shevchenko, Kaká, Maldini, absolute killers who've been there, done that, winning trophies left and right. And Deportivo, they're the underdogs. Nobody gives them a chance. But that's exactly where football becomes magical. Because when the second leg kicks off at Riazor, there's this insane energy. The stadium is packed. Fans are chanting like maniacs. It's a pressure cooker, and from the first whistle you can feel something different in the air. Deportivo are moving faster, pressing harder, attacking with this fearless intensity, and then it starts. Walter Pandiani scores early to make it 1-0. The crowd goes wild, and suddenly that little seed of hope begins to grow, and they don't stop. Jorge Andrade heads one in. 2-0. Milan are rout. They start looking nervous. Like, what is happening here? Deportivo smell blood and keep pushing. Fran scores a penalty, 3-0, and now it's 4-4 on aggregate. Milan players are freaking out, coaches screaming, and the tension isn't, because it's like all the pressure of being the giant is crushing them, while the underdog is soaring. And then comes Sergio, nails another header, 4-0 on the night, 5-4 on aggregate, and Riazor is erupting. People are losing their minds, jumping, screaming, chanting. It's pure chaos, pure euphoria. And Milan are trying to respond, but the energy, the momentum, it's all Deportivo now. Like physics has been rewritten. Their belief, their heart, their refusal to quit is literally bending reality. Every touch feels electric. Every move feels unstoppable. And when the final whistle blows, Deportivo pull off the unthinkable, knocking out the giants of AC Milan. After being down 4-1, it's one of the most insane comebacks in Champions League history. A story that proves over and over that football is not just tactics and talent, It's hard. It's courage. It's these moments where the impossible becomes possible, and watching it unfold live, you feel that pure thrill, that electricity that only happens when underdogs rise up and rewrite history in front of the whole world. All right, man. The 2019 Champions League semi-final between Tottenham and Ajax is one of those nights where football literally breaks your brain because it's chaos, it's tension, it's pure cinematic insanity. You've got Ajax, this young dynamic team that's been tearing through Europe all season. The first leg in Amsterdam went 1-0 to Ajax. They're controlling the game, Bilic, De Jong, Ziyech, all these guys looking untouchable. Tottenham struggling, Son and Kane can't find the rhythm, and people are thinking, okay, Spurs are done, it's over. But then the second leg at Wembley kicks off, and Tottenham need 3 goals to advance, 3 in front of this massive, pumped-up stadium, and it's not like they start perfectly, they're fighting against everything Ajax have built. It's tense, they're scrambling, defending, press, the crowd's on edge. And then Lucas Moura, this guy just decides he's not leaving without a miracle. And the first goal comes late in the second half, he slams one in to make it 1-0. Still not enough, Spurs fans are holding their breath, hard in their throats, and then minutes later another shot, a second goal, and suddenly the impossible starts to feel plausible. The energy is unreal. You can feel it through the broadcast. Ajax players are panicking, they can sense this storm coming, and then it hits the 96th minute, stoppage time, the final moments of the game, and Moura, he's everywhere, he gets the ball, drives, spins, puts a shot on target, and bam, hat-trick, goal number 3. Spurs have done it, they've completed the impossible comeback, 3-2 on the night, 3-3 on aggregate, away goals in their favor, and the stadium explodes like a bomb went off. Screaming, players crying, Ajax players stunned, they're frozen, it's like the universe just shifted, and watching it unfold you realize that this isn't just a match, it's pure human drama, it's belief, guts refusing to give up when every statistic, every expectation, every logic says you're done, and that's why Lucas Moura's hat-trick will be remembered forever, because in those last minutes, Tottenham transformed the impossible into reality, flipped fate on its head, and reminded the world that in football anything can happen when heart meets chaos. Alright, picture this, man. After going through all those insane comebacks, Istanbul, La Remontada, Manchester 99, Deportivo, Spurs versus Ajax, you start to realize something. Football isn't just a game, it's a test of human spirit, it's chaos, it's unpredictability, it's those moments when every logical expectation is thrown out the window, and belief, heart, and pure willpower take over. And watching these matches, you feel that energy, that electricity that makes you remember why we fall in love with sport in the first place. Because it's bigger than tactic, bigger than stats, it's raw, it's emotional, it's life compressed into 90 minutes plus extra. It's a reminder that even when the odds are stacked against you, even when everything seems lost, miracles happen, people rise, legends are born. That's what makes football the ultimate stage for human drama. So I just want to say to everyone listening, wherever you are, take that energy with you, believe in the impossible, push yourself past your limits, and remember that sometimes life, just like foot, gives you a chance to turn everything around in the last moments. And with that, I want to thank you for taking this wild ride with me, for feeling the adrenaline, for living these comebacks as if you were there on the pitch, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck in everything you do. Keep fighting, keep believing, and keep chasing those moments that make life absolutely unforgettable.